kwa.
Nonsia abo ene eye kita onsabo someda etoso dunsia ewa afie yi mu enwe ya mu adwom akwaba eroba ITV so we wo mamusem ene nkofo amanso de ene braso ayede eso mu ITV so hye ne so saye wakaso a anti Mercy Junction na numrei kasebo yi sembi ebetodwa enie mampani mahama afede gadamse no we declare no eye national emergency yede mu twemu ebebo Sanso so ana nanu fiada de koso ewo abrekuma north no dom kuma wo mrahye bedwuma yensem twofo nhye mu twro se Dr. Hannah Bisiu ana afiewura Malek Basintali aban mampani hwe no pam won pam wo mu esan se hawa kums na wonum bo no e kamia yese wonum fo so wo mu so pinchen so wo man emu yebekọ eye energy ministry no yewura ginapo erensem bia todwa erefa eye ECG containers ya ira no ehun sanso so na Central East Regional Police Command no abrantie bia wonu mo che no okro no bo no say adanse di evidence wo manya nyina no enche wakopie mu ewo court yerobe kodwedie mu ensam enigedie mu de beba wa akwan mu na afensu netweso akọ enkrofo ama so no so sa kanse mu nsam so eka ho ebi fisa abre kopem no nson ene de nsam wo nyina ebeso mo midi ene da chehima afia akonua yetwe ye ho aba abusia jibre na yefa nsem no mu nkyeremu embo mampani John Dramani Mahama wo twese gadam sei hapa na wono na aben awiata so se kwan bia so wo behwe se wo beko atu gadam sei no ase enu nti no se de we declare no eye national emergency a enu nti no wono ma ye gadam sei ni ade nyina bie task force wo so mbombo mu ahye se wo ebe chew no emra no be di se de se na efata.
I must be honest, this is a national emergency. The National Task Force will continue its efforts to halt illegal mining in our forest reserves and on our water bodies. I've also noted the activities of illegal anti-galamsey task forces that go around extorting money from legitimate small-scale mining companies. I've requested that the authorities arrest and prosecute any individuals involved in this illegal anti-galamsey activity. We also promised to decentralize recruitment into the security services. And so we're waiting for financial clearance from the Minister of Finance. And when we get it, every region is going to have a quota to send our young people to serve in the security services.
Dom kuma ewo mrahye bedwem enso so akasa e de afa enanu fiada eye abatwa na ekoso ewo abrekuma north abatwa mpeso so 19 polling stations result here na 2024 abano enyuma sisi na enu te abatwa komisa hye se wo mo sanso enkoto na abatwa no emu no eyade a ewutu senya east kane mrahye bedwani a no wo hode ma ade hye ma me bisa akumsi kopie mu ewo Sadia nipa bie wonum sibam no pia ne bo fom butu ni ade a interview ba so yewura Malek Basintari a wono CEO eda wayi ano na afa Dr. Hannah Bisiu wono so eye NDC executive nu ebie na kwa wonya dibre interview mu kyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ wɔn mo yɛ asan sɛ ebi akoso pɛi ɛno ti dia wɔgye no na ayɛ sɛ dia wɔyɛ ne kane bi no ɛna wɔnya so aketua dɔm kuma ɛsɛ sɛ akasa no ankɔ yie ɛni sɛ wɔn mo kasa sa no wɔn de atoma mpanin mahama nim sɛ wɔn hwɛ na Dr. Hannah Bisiu ɛna afei ewura Malik Basintali wɔn pam wɔn mo gye wɔn mo di brɛ no efi wɔn sɛ.
Determine whether Ghana continues on the path of democratic governance or slides towards the normalization of political violence. The international community is watching. Ghana's development partners are watching. Most importantly, the Ghanaian people are watching to see whether their president will defend democracy or protect those who attack the political parties or journalists or regular citizens. The Minority Caucus demands the following actions: the immediate dismissal of violence-endorsing officials. President Mahama must immediately dismiss Dr. Hannah Louisa Bisiu from her position as CEO of the Minerals Development Fund and Malik Basintali from his role as acting CEO of the Youth Employment Agency. Their celebration and justification of violence against opposition figures disqualifies them from holding any public office. This dismissal must happen to demonstrate that the government does not condone political violence. All individuals involved in the Blakuma violence must be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. The police must provide daily updates on their investigation and arrest. There can be no impunity for those who attack a democratic process. The Ghana Police Service must conduct a thorough investigation into their security failures, including the alleged role of Chief Superintendent Numo Frederick Sunanu. Any officers found to be complicit in the Blakuma North violence must face immediate dismissal and criminal prosecution. We condemn the Blakuma North violence and personally apologize to Honorable Mavis Hawakumsun, Nanepe Friye, and all the victims of the violent attacks. His statement must be unequivocal and without any qualification or justification for the violence.
Afeyenko Energy Minister Ononyamfo John Abujinapo na kache na wotre mu se ECG womu diko e kam ne wonum se tam some no ka say wose wo hwe match boso no mu wa afie mu no a na ECG adeka 67 billion Ghana cedis ya enye sika ketwa na eno nam so ema enei e basika sam ho a energy sector no wonum akwa hohihiwi papa a eno ti wo mu hwe atune ma hwe kwanom befa so na saka we nyina no aban ayi afri ho energy minister arensem we atu dwa abra we nsebisa bia no e wo mahwebedwo
termination of contract, and they should follow due process. So if you were awarded a contract and you were told to deliver in 6 months, and it's about 8 months and you haven't delivered, and you've shown no cause of ability to deliver, the financial health of ECG and where the company was going, they knew that it was really tough. And so ECG is now grappling with a huge debt of about 67 billion cedis in terms of its outstanding liabilities. And we have to work to address some of these challenges. And this is despite all the revenues that we got in terms of ESLA revenues, which far supersedes 45 billion. What the Minister of Finance has done is that he's rationalized all the ESLA revenues and brought them under one account, dedicated to paying legacy debt. What happened, and that is why the de-levy had to come, is that because of the increased demand and because of the weak infrastructure, we had to consume more liquid fuels. These were unplanned. But that means that once that came, we had to shoulder that. And so we had to fall on a bit of the ESLA to take care of that. But now with the levy, it means that we can have some dedicated funding for liquid fuels. Then we can strictly apply the ESLA levies to deal with the legacy debt. And like I told you, if not for anything, the $500 million that was depleted in terms of the partial risk guarantee from the World Bank is being restored. ENI's bills are being paid and we are current. Talos bills are also being paid. Nigerian Gas, we paid them about $20 million, if my memory serves me right. WACP, West African Gas Pipeline, we paid them about $12 million initially. Now, because of the efficiency, we no longer go to the Minister of Finance to pay WACP. We intend that we won't go to the Minister of Finance to pay NGAS. We intend that we'll be able to procure our own liquid fuels so that you can free the fiscal space for the Minister of Finance to deal with the legacy debts.
And what was also a casaye, a container Sibia, a ACG for the Beto just say Ira at the fee a port. Now, what you must say, one who bore Munina, a dear Musso to no ma, and che, and run and one be decided, say, not a fata.
On the prosecution of the missing containers, I know that the state agencies are pursuing it. I know that the caution statements have been taken, and the Attorney General is pursuing that. And I'm sure that when the Attorney General has his turn, he will throw more light on that. We have two issues to deal with. We want to retrieve almost all the containers, if not all. But those who were involved in all that, I hold a view, and I strongly hold that view, that the law should deal with them. And that is my position. It's as simple as that. On the issue of power theft, we've been working since. Cabinet approved a policy where all agencies, aside some critical agencies like hospitals, schools, the military, and the police, they were not completely exempted. And let me clarify this. They are supposed to be put on post-payment meters. And then the Minister of Finance will budget and pay for them. Any other agency must be on prepayment meter so that you can plan. So far it's working. It's not been easy, but we are making some progress. And I'm happy with the level of progress we are making. We have to continue. We have no choice than to do that. And I want us to do that because if you want to involve the private sector, then you must raise your company to a level where when the private sector is taking over, they would have a lot more work to do. If we don't do that, what it means is that the private sector will just take over and tweak some few areas and begin to make millions out of us. And so far, what we are doing shows that we are making progress. And we are deploying the smart meters. The Minister of Finance is helping us. We haven't abandoned it. We needed to do some audits and do some rationalization because we saw a lot of inefficiency when it comes to the smart meters. And also to audit them so that the issues of the Usain Bolt smart meters are dealt with. The question on whether we intend to have a separate, whether we intend to split VRA. No, our vision, and if you read our manifesto, we rather want to merge VRA and Buidam so that we'll have 3 compartments or 3 entities under that holding company. A thermal company, so that you bring all the thermal assets and put it under one structure. A hydro company, bring all the hydro assets, put it under one structure. Then renewable, then you bring all the renewables and put it under one structure. We do not intend to sell these assets. We rather want to optimize. So if you bring all the hydro sector together, then they can talk among themselves, they can bring about efficiency, and they can reduce overall cost. So you have a holding company, and then you have these 3 entities, bodies, companies, or institutions, so they can work efficiently and then build capacity.
Jatwa and Samno Esso. Na small scale, one more yes, small scale miners, Edmire Fono, and nay 1 when ya brissa crodom, a bobocco, 1 3 1 sa, 1 tressa, Sadia, ye baba 1 site, I do almost to excavate some the Juman Fidiana and the Jumano, 1 bonjo so. 1 bonjo so cry, their air cost one, and you Monica, Essan said Juma 1 iron, 1 more to me crata, 1 more area Juma, and unti and ne. 1 more ayensem drofo ehyiemu asomdwe kwan so wo mo ye no mo ato aban krase won hwe na wonne ne mpanufo no enkasa won etu wo mo so sajeje wo mo nyoma no esanse se tokoso saa wo mo ntimi ntina se enfo mo nsanhye wo mo dem fam yenhwe nsem a wo mo di tu dwa no ebi
a human right and corruption concern. Across various mining communities in Ashanti, Western North, Upper East, Eastern, Western, and Savannah regions, countless hardworking small-scale miners are being targeted and terrorized by those meant to protect them. Politically exposed persons manipulate security agencies for profit and power, undermining formal small-scale mining activities. Some police officers and other security agencies, sometimes acting under this influence or protection of power, political figures, storm mining sites with impunity, confiscate equipment, demand illegal payments, and in some cases, violently eject miners from land they have legally license to mine. Some police checkpoints target miners in possession of gold and accuse them of illegal possession of gold despite engaging in legitimate mining operations. Behind many of these operations are politically exposed persons, individuals who, using their influence and connections, have turned public authority into private enterprise. These politically exposed persons manipulate security agencies, exploit regulatory loopholes, and backs illegal miners to take over lands concessions not for the sake of the environment or law, but for profit and power. Classical example is one at Takwa, a lances mining concession at a Pinto mine site, whereby a Ghanaian with legitimate documents have been sacked from his site and given to Chinese. As we speak, for more than 4 to 5 months now, a Ghanaian who owns that site is at home. And these political exposed people are behind Chinese and they are working on that site. Another classical example is one at Dormont in the Upper West region. Security agencies went and ransacked the whole place, sent our members out of business, and they are controlling the place as we speak. Another one is at Okomoya, which is Bebieni, and we don't know what is going on. And the last, not the least, our own General Secretary in Samai, in the Eastern region. These so-called political exposed people are behind illegal miners who have gone there as we speak. They have excavators all over, and they are mining on Lance's small-scale mining site. And we sack them, they go in for them, national security went for them, they will go and come back, and they will still operate. As we speak, they are there mining now. So this type of things are creating a whole lot of problem for us. These activities undermine formal small-scale mining initiatives by the government and the reset agenda. This must end, and we demand that it ends now. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we, the Ghana National Small-Scale Miners Association, have at all times engaged in responsible and ethical mining practices. Never in our history have we defended illegality. We do not condone irresponsible mining that causes havoc to our environment. That is why, over the years, we have supported and collaborated with government to enforce restriction at the red zones, for example, the forest reserves, water bodies, and buffer zones. A responsible act we will continue to do. However, we will not do is to be silent. What we will not do is to be silent while our members are criminalized for working hard to earn a living. We suggest the following. 1, the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat.
Jawo galamse ho ensensemi a na president Adema Concerned Small Scale Miners Association Ghana Kojo Pepra ayade a post for kwache no say gadam say won ho for mbi empo eba tax force ya che won say won mo enhwe ma gadam say won tu won mo esosa won mo ewo adwuma no mu ebie no won mo twa say say wo finfini na won de dia aban pese won mo ye no wa no ho say da bi won so kire won kwan foforo sansami nam so post kwache no ne nei won samtwofo di nkomo akyerem say sansa omo ka no eye ntwanto so eye busirem ka no kra bia nim say wodi dwuma bia etisa.
While attending to scheduled meeting with gold buyers in Tepa Enclave. During this engagement, I received information that a group, including police officers, was allegedly engaged in burning of motorcycles belonging to local residents. Acting as a responsible leader, I approached the scene to inquire about the operations and to verify the affiliation of the task force involved. Contrary to the police claims, I did not obstruct any official duty or intervene on anybody's behalf. At the time I arrived, no individual had been arrested, making any claims of interference factual and baseless. So when I went there, I was interacting with the police person when he said, they've heard we've been there before. And I said, yes, we came there and it's on the public notice. It came into the news. So if we had gone there to campaign and assure them that when we come, we will make sure we streamline their activity, that does not mean we are encouraging illegal mining. As a matter of fact, we went there to explain the manifesto of the NDC to the miners, which was led by Dr. Tony Obey. So if we had gone there to campaign, and for that matter, maybe they have seen us or they have seen our face or our presence there already, some of them are even that they are part of our association.
Yera Kojo Pepra sama wode to dwa eno no yefri hode a na yentu fa emepie mu ewo fifi mantam mu na Central East Regional Police Command ayade a wode abeto dwa say abranti a wode Samuel Coley a wonya fihia de onunum sahwefo beka na wotwetwe bo nka ye say wode rabi bag ewo Millennium City Sector 5 na wono mu eche no wo che no so na eye no kretrodo sabagi won na gye say no wo de abeto dwa say one investigation ne enkrata document bi de wo nsa ka kyerɛ sɛ abrantie wo kronfo enu nti no enche obukakopie mu court na mra no ne de sɛ na efata we enkrata wono e de aba montene
Wankrata posifo de beto monten so yopani anensa hyase ni DSP Victor Kofi Dosu wono enoye head of public affairs ema Central East Region Police Command no editu dwase abrantie Coley Samuel no July bosomia ewomi edi nefoa edu afimpinu ne aduonunum ye mu ahomaache beye nonum empemu ewo Millennium City ye no ben Golden Pride Preparatory School ewo Gomua East ye no wo emfimfin mantemu na wokoto hye ababa wa bi so ya woje ne handbag na iPhone 16 Pro Max na afe ne purse ya sika ewomu no wonom enimu ano ewomu eno na posifo echese nipa bi eyi wonom asotire na afe ababa wa yi a abrantie ewi anu enso ebo aposifo ma wonom ede hwehwemu ehyehye so ya wonom kohu Coley Samuel ewo English amanfro ye no ye bro no a ewo enkran pomponi mantemu ewo July bosomene da na etoso edu afimpinu ene aduenu enum yi emu na posifo echira wonom ehu abrantie ya wonom ehwehwe ne ho no wonom ehu ababa wei ne iPhone 16 Pro Max no afe niema bia wonom ehu ye no eye Dell laptop baako afe Itel mobile phones mienu Nokia phone baako Alcatel mobile phone baako afe Vodafone Wi-Fi baako AirPod mienu ena afe gold necklace wristwatch nso wonom ehu miensa ewo ne ho afe ema purse baako ye no nso wonom ehu ye wallet baako ya eno nso health insurance ehemu a edin a ewo so no eye kwaponsanan eno nso won ehu abrante hu afa memory card maako edu ya won susu se saa niema nyina eye kronobo emu na abrante eji ni nyina efiri nkrofo enchen eno na wonum ede hwehwemu ehyehye so aye July bosome da na etoso edunum wonum de no kogina of a circuit court ya abrante eji tu mu se ani wodi fo eno na wonum eye hwehwemu ya July bosome ne da na etoso edunum wonum de no kogina of a circuit court ya abrante eji tu mu se wodi fo kwadu a wonum ede bo ne nyina eyade a eye no kra ewomu eno nti court wa hyese wonko da fiase 14 years emfie dunan na afei emfie num ya ni nyina no woko ni nyina abomu Central East Regional Police Command ede ato edwase omanfo enka wonum akoma ento omoyem esanse wonum obadwumaden se de be ya nipa bonefo ya etete omanfo ewo emfimfin mantem no won betu wo mu nyina esosa
wo ensam fufuro mu no ayade a wonum a ewo so magazine ade ato aban anim we ye wonum eton spare part so magazine spare part dealers a ewo ho say wabra aban ebo nto 2024 campaign bremu wo hye wonum bobi ne bo hye ina ne se wo ba wo behwe se to a edada wonum enioma so wo mukwa akoyi nioma no wo behwe se wo be ne flat rate ade ama wo mu no wo msusu hu atimi ahare wo mu bosumi nson nie wo mu tin hwe efefi abanchen efa sa abosha wo de hye wo mu to wo mu stre na wo hwe na wo ni bo hye so wo mu yensamtwofo nhye mu fa sansemi ehwano ana chairman a woda wonum anwo Kofi Edu Godfred ekasa ye eto wampeni John Dramani Mahama enkrawe
Emra na okwa aproye no opa akonwa no oni yehiem ehye ye bobi se na nka yenyi enema no every all the port no spare parts obema ye flat rate wodi yen ebe start na ye hwe animu se na nka ne budget na edi kan a woye ye no nka omode beshi mama enemum ye fa ne se ye nifaso nanso na dama ye kai no se afiye pa mu budget omo ba be yi nko omo be hwe na omode ahyemu amayen sa aka ye flat rate no na ye port no so no eye niema bi wo ho a abafom amayen na ye nso yetimi ateso ama adwadifo na ye ne omo edidwa no na aboa ama eman no mu niema abafom ama ye ho adwen because ya say niema no afofo wa abontin hu ni say niema abafom ama ye na ye mum na ye nte so nanso enye saa nete di etua no eno na etua nti ye sre di ato aban nanim say nka wo behwe saa niema no na omo aye bibi afa ho ama ye eye ye dollar no abafom ama ye sika no cities ne anya ahoden a ye hwe se nka ebetimu aba so ewo ye port ama ye hu ensesa ye bi ewo eye ankane no sika emra na dollar no ewo soro ne sisa mre ya dollar no nyame adom aban na hwe ama dollar no abafom ama ye no kan sesa ye bebam na emom ye hu ne sa de ye hu ne ye se eye customs no omo figures no omo assign adjust no e de edinti ama sesei ye duties no se exercise bi bebam na ye hu no ebi emamu sa ye duty ne mafom ebi ne de etimu de ye gina so dua e de ma aban na ehu ye car ye de buy Toyota Voxy na nkane no ye yi no 350 eye 35,000 eye titi name sikai eye kan sika no 350 million to 450 million wuwie ehon ne ma nyina no na akosi 400 na sesei omo enam say ba dollar ne ba fom anka omo beti so ninti no omo sesa bin no afri sa van no e de ekọ Voxy wagon edin na ba wagon no kra no yehu enson ya ewom sesei uyi sa aka na eye 50,000 to 60,000. A Kasie kind of 500 million to 600 million. And you know.
Mpanimfoɔ yi emu baako enso de n'adwenkyerɛ eto dwa efa sansem yi eho.
Abontisfo nyina say abafo. But ye niema no a ye kan de sila de tie de tie. Ha, enti eya no mo my problems. Na sidi na abafo ba mo nti niema no so. Enya o kan niema na o koye duty na skana wutua no eso nte de tie de tie. Oya say o de niema na ba car sky eje no ya tepeto so enso ti da na de niema na ba no oje 9,000 kane no a cities city no 17 16 no 9,000 no mo je nti ya tepeto so reflect ya te dollar so reflect be bia nti ema ye bre nti le pesa manfo nyina hu se nye maazi fo na itimu odin na ye niema no ye hu ne se ya te so bat ewiase ni nyina hu se ayate niema so bat maazi fo nko ade ye hu so ade ye te niema so a ema business no efuro
wo enwomasuo ho ensemu no asukufo a wono ewo twufo Dwendama DA Basic School a ewo twufo Atimokwa district no emu ewo efifi mantamu ade adehwede kwama ban sai wono kra hwum no atete apansam wo hwere sai aban ene wono a eka bia ewo mu wo mo hwɛ meye bibi enfa se nkwadaa no wo mo ye baby grant na ensua de ene nti community center bi ewo ho ena ne nkwadaa no etena ho esua de
Honorable Augustine Apia, Bimponso and Quanchimaso electric area, Chufuati Mukwa. Now, in fact, as an assembly member, a lot of challenges and I may face here our military area. The challenges by Kwedi Kan Primary School. Said, ye na any no, say, or maybe a becon anymore in education. So. Na woba military area have been ponso nkwanchima so military area ye school sem ya ade a ha ye pa say me no ka say ano schools a ewo military area been ponso nkwanchima so Dwendama jeti camp na Taylor from the basic me no ka say schools e wo he nyina no school bi eni ho a ewo edan a modern classroom ankola no ekom kusua ade me no ka say sawoba Dwendama community a baby omoko school community center ye wo ho yesa de dey funu wo ho sa place na so na ankola no edu Monday so omo be school with this no ankola no kra be school a omutumi ka say omo huhu nioma bi ewo school mo yesa body na omo de da wo ho nti no amankola no be play school enti me no ka say school ade bi a hayen ewo hanom wo ba Dwendama me gina ha ya me ka say a wo show mo school dan kra ya wo you see esa ankola no omo ntumi enya ahokeka ensua de
Ohene ya owo twifu Dwendama nana afaji ejina ne manfo anamu de adesrede eto aban anim se wo meboa wonu mo na wonsi school dan enfema wonu se de beye mofra no benya baabi pa atena esua de
na afaji okufo Dwendama na ade kase ohia wo Dwendama ende enyi school dan nti ye santa yi wo ho de aye school dan ti e defu ho kra mpo mafra ba ne wanyi akobu dibiri wa ile akuntu aka won so mo yo ha bebiri nti esra bande on boye wo school afam wo twufo Dwendama na yetu school so ache nso be do anu na 20 years ni yin mbo bi amfim ti e me ye ho chi school fam so boye wo school fam anu esi
PTA chairman ena SMC chairman enso ede wonu manu etumu bia wonu nyina ede adesrede eto aban anim se wo meboa wonu
nti ye school yi bebo ade no aha na ye school dan oman na wo si community center but ye check ya ye hu se ye ni school so aha ye mo fra no wo twa be 5 miles na wo ko school na ye se ye beda ni school ani nti ye ko assembly ye no koto wo anim ema waji tum se ye mfanye school na wo ba me boai ye school ye ko 20 years ni ya dan aban bi obebe bia ye ka won fa mo bia mfa mba See, ye done in an passay, into your srabbine. On the boy, said you were about obey campaign watching a boss.
This school no in him wo bebre with school ha. Ya to school ache. Ba in him wo bia so ha. Ye school dan no, aye school dan e community center. Ah o man yi si ya ye wa ha. In fact, community nya class hu say school so e bobo aye. Bi ankwada no e na to school na kwa no wa. Nto man class say that be or say start school ha. Nti the community center na the start school. E da kwa aban ni ya yi bia so ye school dan. Nti ye to sisre mpinifo say o mo boyen. Before I was sim will be and he was on boy na young school dance. I want to forget Dama. In fact, your problem will happen. Because I'm not sure by most baby 4 or 5 times. But it's Kuntuba, what you are with fine, my effect. But young school done into all the time, young Colano, Omba Weninka.
Yeah, Daniel, we are bad. Jenny Sikasam to Akasiabono, eso.